Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for May 3rd, 2015. What's going on? How's it going? How fucking I'm fucking wiped out. The tour is over. The tour is over. Michael Corleone, Godfather Part 2, over. The summer wind, it came blowing in from across that sea. So I feel like right now, because it's over. I linger there to touch your hair and motherfucking walk with me. All summer long, boop, we sang a song, boop, and then we did some other shit, ba-doo, ba-da, ba-dee, boop, boop. Old Freckles is going back to his fucking house. His fucking house with the leaky roof that he had to repair. Ba-boo, ba-boo, be-dee, boop. Those fucking cunts. Those contracting cunts. Oh, Jesus. I still have one more bill with them. It goes on and on. So call Adam Carolla. He'll kick their ass. But then you look like a sap on TV. Ba-dee-ba-doop, 'cause you're the douchebag that had to call Adam Carolla because you're not big enough of a man to tell the contractor to go fuck himself. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm fucking wiped out, all right? I don't know what you want from me this week, but this is the best it's going to get, all right? This is going to be me just nice and fucking relaxed. I am in, I don't even know where I am. I think I'm in Columbia, Indiana. I know what you're thinking. Bill, what the fuck are you doing there? That wasn't on the tour. That wasn't on your Southern tour. You know? Southern tour, you know, Savannah, Georgia, Knoxville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Shreveport, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, Huntsville, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, spent a night in Chattanooga, Tennessee, up to Lexington, Kentucky, over to Evansville, Indiana. There was nothing on there that said that you were going to Columbus, Indiana. Well, I mean, I ended up here because yesterday I went to the Kentucky Derby. Me, Paul Verzi, Jason Lawhead, and his dad, the Hall of Fame basketball coach, Jim Lawhead. We all went to the game. We went to the Derby, man. What a fucking great time. I highly suggest going there. Dressing like a jackass, like everybody does. Big stupid hats, bow ties. The women there, good Lord. There's some fucking fillies over there. Beautiful women. Beautiful women. I'll tell you, the fucking women, the fucking ladies, dude, they were crushing it right up until the early 50s. I'm telling you. That was some fucking decades of fucking Derby winners walking around the fucking the grandstand area. We had great seats, and right at a little bit past the finish line, we just had the best time. You know what was fucked up was they sold. I don't even know how to get into this, man. They were selling like standing room only seats. All right, so we paid through the fucking nose to sit in a box, right? Like we donated to a presidential campaign. We were sitting right at the goddamn finish line, a little past it. Whatever. Don't break my balls. Come on. You can see the horses. Where we were at, you could actually see them. Started the race, ran right by us. Then they went around the first turn, and then they kind of disappeared behind some of these corporate tents in this sea of fucking sunburned humanity that was just standing on the inside grass, which I don't know why you would do that. You know what I mean? I mean, why wouldn't you stay at home and just watch it on TV and not sit there like a bunch of fucking refugees in a tent city that had no tent for you? You know, you might as well have watched watch a police horse gallop by after a crackhead underneath a fucking overpass, as far as I'm concerned. All right? Infield seats are for fucking animals. All right? Unless you're young, you don't have any fucking money. All right? You have a television. It's on TV for fucking free. Why are you going to stand there? Although I would do it. I'd do it in a NASCAR race. I'd do that in a second. I'd be on the infield because, you know, first of all, what I like about being on the infield is the fucking inertia when those fucking cars wipe out usually takes them to the outside wall. And I know sometimes they bang off the outside wall and then they go to the inside, but at least they hit the wall and they're starting to slow down. You know what I mean? And, you know, every once in a while a tire flies off and somebody loses a head or two. But that's the price you pay for getting to sit on your fucking cooler in the middle of the goddamn track. I actually had one of the best times I ever had. I went to the Indy 500 in like 1995 when most of you were like 8 years old. And we sat on the inside of one of the turns, brought in this giant fucking cooler, and me and my two buddies just got obliterated, you know, watching the fucking cars go by. It's hilarious. You don't see anything. You just sit on the inside of the turn and you just hear... My voice is fucked up. That's all you would hear. You just see them go by, right? Every once in a while, somebody would hit the wall in front of you, like, oh my God, I'm going to see an accident. But you forgot they're going like 200-something miles an hour. So they hit the wall in front of you and then just go, they just go flying down the fucking track. So you don't really see it. You see them hit the wall and then they continue like another quarter mile in about 2 seconds. But it is amazing. But anyway, so we got there and they were selling standing room tickets. I get it. People want to stand up, you know, get in there to watch the fucking thing. So there's the level we're sitting, and then there's this giant, like, you know, walkway, and then there's the next section. All right? And so basically the people should have stood in that middle section where you're walking to either make a left to go to the higher seats or make a right to go down where we were at. And where we were at, there were two sections. And there was like a, in a little skinny hallway. So these fucking assholes were walking down and they were standing up there. Right? And, you know, all they had was these volunteer teenage kids, you know, sitting there chewing gum, not stopping them. So it got to the point after a couple of races, and who's kidding who, a couple of fucking mint juleps, that people start going, what the fuck? But everybody's there is polite, you know what I mean? Still Kentucky. How y'all doing? I fucking hate your guts, but I'm going to smile on your face. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, you know, I'll stick a fucking, some sort of farming tool in the back of your goddamn neck. But right now I'm going to, how y'all doing? Oh, that's great. Where you from? Where y'all from? No, I didn't get that experience in Kentucky. They were cool as shit, but whatever. So finally, we end up saying something, you know. Lawhead's dad fucking taps this guy in the shoulder. And he's like, excuse me, sir, you know, we paid to sit here. You guys are standing up here. I don't know what happened. All I know is it started getting heated, and I saw where Jay got his fire from. So now, you know, Lawhead and Verzi aren't there, so I got to step in. Granted, this is the funny thing. I got to step in dressed like fucking Colonel Sanders, right? Or at the very least that I play banjo in a Dixieland band. I got on a fucking bow tie with the goddamn, you know, my dad owned a plantation hat, and I come in, you know. I didn't even come in. I never even got out of my seat. I just started jawing at this guy. I yelled, I go, buddy, I paid to sit in this seat, and I'm staring at the back of your head. So he looks over at me and goes, what'd you say? I said I paid to sit in this seat, and I'm staring at the back of your head. And he goes, oh, yeah? How do you like the view? I go, I don't like it. That's why we're having this conversation, right? And very quickly I realized that he wasn't going to throw a punch. He didn't throw a punch to the dirt, and I'm not going to throw a punch, right? I haven't thrown a fucking punch since like a street hockey game in like fucking 7th grade, right? So we're jawing back and forth, right? And his fucking, you know, his broad saying something. I don't listen to her. I can't hear that voice. It's too fucking high up in the stratosphere. Hey, shut up, lady. So I said, hey. And he goes, what are you getting involved for? Because you're yelling at a 77-year-old. I said 80-year-old man. I rounded up. Go, you're yelling at an 80-year-old man. He goes, oh, I wasn't yelling at an 80-year-old man. I go, really? That wasn't you? That looked like you 2 seconds ago doing that. You know, whatever. And then the fucking woman, you know, he was, you know, that 80-year-old man verbally attacked him. Every fucking douche, you know, verbally attacked him. He's fucking 80. What's he going to do? You know what I mean? Although you got to watch out for an 80-year-old, you know. At the very least, maybe he fought in Korea. He, you know, hand-to-hand combat. You don't know what flashback could come back. Next thing you know, all right? He's using his fucking racing form as a bayonet. You could have some problems. So, of course, me, you know, everybody's dressed all dapper and everything. Then I feel like a fucking asshole afterwards. Everything's settled down, and this guy who wasn't involved in the fight but was also standing up with his fucking girlfriend, and he had his hand not on her ass, like under it, and she kept moving it. Like, can you stop like tapping the back of my pussy with the middle of your finger, please? He actually looks over at me and he goes, "Hey, Bill, big fan." I felt like such an asshole. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not just this fucking asshole anymore yelling at a game. They're like, oh yeah, Bill Burr was a fucking asshole. It's fucking hilarious. So then I felt all self-conscious, like, is that going to end up on YouTube? And not that I gave a shit about what I said. It was that I was dressed like a fucking, like I had a chicken franchise. That's the thing I was worried about. So anyways, so that happens. But so basically we kind of did that, and we kind of scared a lot of people away. And then I was kind of, afterwards sobering up, because I was like, I got to stay sober because I got to watch Game 7 of the Clippers and the Spurs, and then I got to watch the Manny Pacquiao fight, right? Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, right? So anyways, I'm starting to sober up, and I just started thinking like, man, I shouldn't have fucking done that. We both should have handled that situation better. There should have been some excuse me's, if you don't mind, and shit like that. And I was thinking about it, and then somebody finally was just talking to me about the Derby. This lady, and she goes, who's kidding who? This is just a really well-dressed shit show. And I laughed because I was kind of sitting there fighting the feeling that as fancy as this was, as legendary as all this is, this event, at the end of the day, you're just kind of going to the track. You know what I mean? This is really, we're just betting on the dogs, whatever, they're horses, But anyways, so whatever, we start betting races, and of course I'm losing. Of course I'm losing. The fucking track has been open for over 140 fucking years. 141 runnings of that race, okay? You don't stay open by fucking paying out people. So, I'm losing, and I finally just say, fuck it, I'll just bet on the Derby race. Oh, a lot of people don't know this. The races start at 10:30, and they run them on the dirt track, and there's a grass track, a little short track. They just, they'll run like 6 horses. And what's funny is if you're on the other side of the track, you can't even see the goddamn race. You just got to watch it on TV, which once again, you're sitting there fucking getting sunburned, right? Like you came to this country in a raft 20 minutes ago, hoping to get your fucking human rights. Tony Montana reference. So anyways, I just let all those ones go, and I went and I bet the Derby race, and I just picked 3 favorites, just trying to win some money. Picked 3 favorites, bet them across the board. 2 of them came in, and I think what did I do? I think I lost like $25 on the day. And I was down like $50 or $60, and in the end I won like 30 something. Yeah, something like that. But whatever, it was a fucking awesome time. I would definitely do it again. I would say if you go to the Derby race, that's a great thing to bring your fucking lady to, because it's a sporting event. You get to gamble, right? You dress up, she dresses up. They like dressing up, right? They like the fucking horses, right? Who doesn't like animals? You know who doesn't like animals? Fucking animals. Animals don't like animals, right? They don't. They're self-loathing. How much, they're always talking about, what fucking animals that human beings act like. What about the animals? The reference, You know what goes on in those woods, in those jungles? You know what goes on? Murder. Every fucking day. Every goddamn day. They're out there fucking murdering people. That's how they get their food. They murder one another. I mean, am I actually presenting the Southern argument, basically supporting hunting? Hey, I'll tell you what, man, if we didn't shoot them, they just fucking eat each other, so what's the point? I'm hungry too, motherfucker. What am I supposed to do? Eat you? Am I supposed to eat you? One of the great heckles I ever got. I owe somebody an apology in Evansville, Indiana. The fun thing about when people text during your show is like, I always have the crowd. Like, I can see the first few rows or whatever, but then it just kind of goes black. So if somebody starts texting, their whole face lights up when they're up there so you can see it. So I always freak people out. I'll be in the middle of my act, and I'll just see this light like 40 rows up, and I'll just point right at them, and I go, texting. you know? And I do this little riff about the person dying of thumb cancer because they can't put their phone down, right? So whatever. I'm in the middle of my show in Evansville. I'm having a great fucking time. It's the last night of the tour. You know, we're going to go fuck. Oh, I still haven't explained why I'm in Columbus, Indiana. I'll explain that a little bit, right? So I'm winding it down, getting towards the end of my act, and I see this person's face light up, 40 fucking rows up. And I go, texting, and I start doing my little riff about thumb cancer. And the guy ends up going, he yells out after I finished it, my whole long soliloquy about this person texting, right? And he goes, he just yells out, I was taking your picture, you fucking dick. Oh, my God. Taking your picture, you fucking dick. And I forget what I said to him, but I was wrong. It's like, all right, and I go, well, you're not supposed to. I'm going to hang out after the show. You can do it then. I kind of worm my way out of it instead of being like, oh, you know what, sir? I was wrong. I thought you were texting. You were actually taking my picture, meaning you obviously were having a good time with the show. I was in the wrong. I owe you an apology. I'm sorry. Instead, I just said, well, you're not supposed to. And that was like two days ago. I just keep thinking of that. That's been making me laugh for 2 days. You know, like when somebody just says something that just strikes you as funny, like for 2 days it just keeps popping in your head. You know what I mean? And people think you're weird because you just burst out laughing out of nowhere. I've been doing that for 2 days. I just went over to a Waffle House. I'm on the road. Cut me some slack, right? I fucking go over there. I'm in the middle. I'm up sitting at the counter. You know, it's like elbow to elbow because it's a Sunday here when I'm recording this. And I'm sitting next to this fucking guy, and out of nowhere, I didn't know what I was doing. I think I already ordered my stupid dinner, my breakfast, and I just heard this guy's voice, taking your picture, you fucking dick. And I just bursted out laughing, and I kind of weirded out the guy next to me, like, why is this guy laughing? Is he laughing at me? Is there a fucking problem here or what? So I apologized to that guy. You were right. I was wrong. And then also, I want to thank you for probably, I don't think you're sitting around still laughing at my act. You've making me laugh for 48 hours. I'm sure you weren't laughing at my act after I trashed you for texting. You took it really personally. Taking your picture, you fucking dick. That was great. Don't do that in Alabama. Don't say that in Alabama. I'm taking your picture, you fucking dick. And then my other favorite one was in Mobile. I was doing some bit about something dumb that I did. I said, can you believe that? Why the fuck would I do that? And hear this guy go, fucking dumbass. Needless to say, old Freckles had a great time. I didn't even talk about Louisville, Kentucky, man. We had, oh shit. I'm so glad I didn't forget. Oh, let me do the Columbus thing. Fucking ADD kicking in here. How I ended up in Columbus, Indiana is basically because all the hotels anywhere near Louisville are sold out. And I got the tickets and I waited till last second to get a fucking room. So we had like a 75-mile round trip drive. And, we all kicked in for a car service. It wasn't that bad at the end of the day. And it was great. Door-to-door service so we could get all liquored. So anyways, one of the coolest things ever, okay? So we're going to Lexington, Kentucky. And as I mentioned / threatened that I was possibly considering when I was in Lexington, Kentucky, wearing my Kentucky Derby outfit on stage. And which was basically a seersucker suit with a pink and baby blue bow tie with silly Canadians fan fucking socks to match. I owe the apology to the Habs fan too. I like silly socks. Who knew? A Bruins fan. I got to admit, silly socks are fun. And you know who likes them? The fucking ladies. Oh, look at those. Those are cute. Had I known back when I was a single man, I'll tell you right now, if you're in a dry spell right now and you're not fucking getting pussy, I'm telling you, sorry to be graphic, ladies, fucking go get yourself some silly socks and just stick your foot on something that's a little higher than your other foot and you'll show it off and they'll come walking up to you. They'll strike it up. Women cannot resist a fashion statement. I'm telling you, there's something about it. Not all of them, but I'm telling you, there's something about it. Now I understand those Frenchies and why they have those fucking menage a trois. It's not because they're more schooled in the language of love. It's those fucking socks, which is smart, right? You get them looking down at your ankles because you don't have deodorant in your fucking armpits. Oh, Jesus, Bill. What is wrong with you? Oh, fuck you. You fill an hour every fucking week. Anyways. Oh, okay. I'll tell you the Lexington story right after these messages here. And I don't have my advertising yet, so I'm going to have to drop these in. So if it sounds different, that's why. So let's take a moment right now to listen to Bill Burr in the future struggle his way through the copy of some advertising for this week.
Oh, it's Sherry's Berries, everybody. Swizzlers. Speak louder than words. Mother's Day is this weekend. It is officially last minute, motherfuckers. Not sure how to put your thanks into words this Mother's Day? Swizzlers speaks louder than words. Freshly dips berries with decorative swizzles. This Mother's Day, you know what to say in your heart. Here is how to say it out loud. Show your mom you love her with a gift from Sherry's Berries. For my listeners only, Sherry's Berries is offering giant freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99. Over 40% savings. And for my listeners, you can double the berries for just $10 more. But you have to use my code, BURR. Berries dipped in white milk and dark chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, nuts, and decorative swizzle. Choose from berries, cake truffles, brownie pops, oh Jesus, pretzels, and more. You just need my code, BURR, when you order giant, fresh, juicy, delicious. Tell a personal story. I don't have one. Here's the only way to get this amazing deal. Freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99, over a 40% saving. This offer is for my listeners only when you enter my code BURR, B-U-R-R. Visit Berries, BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone on the top right-hand corner and type in BURR, B-U-R-R. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and enter my code BURR. Me-undies, no more sweaty balls, ba-doop, boop, boop, me-undies. It's good if you're gonna sprawl. Spread your fucking sweaty legs. Put on this underwear. And it dries out your balls. I don't know what you want from me. It's fucking me-undies. Yeah, oh yeah. 90%, that's the fucking percent of your life. Sorry, guys. I just got off a plane and I had a couple of fucking cocktails. 90%, that's the percent of your life that you're in your underwear. And your underwear gets old fast. You know that feeling of putting on old, saggy underwear. You need to know that feeling of great fitting underwear that is 2 times softer than cotton. You need to know about me-undies, no more sweaty balls or clams. Even if you're a fucking transsexual and you got all the goods, none of it will be sweaty. Yeah, there you go, Bruce Jenner. Put this shit on, you motherfucker. Me-undies. It's the most comfortable underwear you will ever wear. And it's insane how good they make your balls, your dick, and possibly your vajayjay feel. They make you feel, they feel great. They fit perfectly. They don't ride up on you. And they literally pull moisture, gross, away from your skin so you stay cool. I have mine on right now and I'm floating. Half of that has to do with the fucking cocktails. Got bumped up to first class there. They have cool styles. Cool styles, man, for both men and women. And they all look great. Check out the photos yourself, MeUndies.com. This quality would typically retail for 2 times MeUndies price, according to MeUndies. No retail middleman means more savings for you. Oh yeah, here, I'll make it easy. Go to MeUndies.com/Burr. and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Save even more when you buy a pack of them. They guarantee you're going to be happy with them or your first pair is free. All right, last one in this little chunk here. All right, Dollar Shave Club, everybody. You have heard me talking about DollarShaveClub.com, the company that delivers amazing razors for a few bucks. I know, a razor that costs a few bucks delivering a great shave seems too good to be true, right? But you really have to try the razors. The DollarShaveClub.com razors give me the most amazing shave I've had in years for the price. Don't pay triple the price when you get when you can get a fantastic shave. Oh, I get the hiccups. Delivered for just a couple of dollars. Let me tell you something. You'd have to be a fucking idiot to keep overpaying. I'm a semi-known person, and I'm constantly getting my picture taken by some fucking animal outside of a bar. And I'm on TV shows in high definition. I can't be seen with nicks and cuts all over my face. I have to shave with a high-quality razor. Don't be fooled by the price. These razors are legit. Too legit to quit. Come on now. And you'll never go back. Plus, they also got Dr. Kabi's Easy Shave Butter. Fucking butter. It's phenomenal. If you're still using old-fashioned shave foam, you're a fucking loser. And I feel bad for you. Try DollarShaveClub.com/burr, B-U-R-R, to get started today to get started. You wish you had started sooner. That's DollarShaveClub.com/burr. DollarShaveClub.com/burr. Oh, yeah. How do I shut this off?
Hey, and I'm back. I'm back, and it's fucking yesterday. Or maybe earlier today, depending on whenever I get to fucking advertising. Anyways, let's get back to... this is a good way for me not to fucking get off track here, is to not read advertising, just plow through this shit. So I'll actually come back out of the advertising and give you the Lexington story. So here you go. So I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready for the show, and I'm ironing my regular shirt and everything. And I'm thinking, I should wear the Kentucky Derby outfit. Then I'm thinking, what if they don't like it? And then I'm standing there and I look stupid. And then I was just like, don't be a pussy. Put the fucking thing on. So I put the whole thing on, right? And I'm standing backstage and I'm waiting to go on after Verzi and Lawhead killed it. Lawhead's hosting, so he's about ready to bring me up. And for the first time since I can remember, I was actually a little nervous just walking out to do a regular show, you know. If it's fucking special or something like that, you always get the butterflies. And I was actually nervous. So he introduced, please welcome Bill Burr. So I come walking out and everybody's clapping. And as they're clapping, they're taking in what the fuck I'm wearing, right? And they went fucking nuts. They all stood up. It was I got to tell you, I got to thank people like Lexington. That's the coolest round of applause I ever got in my life. I've never heard a crowd cheer like that. It was a different thing. It wasn't that was funny or I relate to that. That was, I can't explain it. Like, it made the fucking tour. Really made the tour. And then it was funny. Now I'm standing there. I got this outfit on, and then it dies down, and I go into my act, and then it just became even funnier. Like, oh, he's just going to do his act dressed like like he's competing with Popeye's chicken here. And I toughed it out for a good 10 minutes before I finally had to take the hat off. I'm like, you guys, I got to tell you, this seemed like a great idea 90 seconds ago, but this fucking thing is hot as hell under these lights. So I ended up taking off the hat. But anyways, we ended up hanging out in Lexington, Kentucky, and it was just ridiculously polite people. We were right on the campus of the Kentucky Wildcats, and it wasn't just me. Even Lawhead and Verzi were both just really blown away at how great the people were in Kentucky. You know, just really, really, just nice, polite, smart people. We were right there on the fucking campus or whatever. What are you saying? We weren't smart and intelligent, you fucking dick? In Evansville, I'm just saying, it was a different vibe. Each one had a different vibe. Like, I liked Evansville, and everyone was shitting on Evansville, saying what a shithole it was. And I don't know. I just have a different perspective living in a state that is running out of water. That is overly populated, living in a city that's actually a desert, but for some reason doesn't look like it because we steal the water. And everybody freaking the fuck out like Captain Kirk there, actually having the balls to say that Seattle has too much water. It's like, oh, really? Oh, did nature fuck that up? Did God put the water in the wrong place, Shatty? Shatty. Bill Shatty. Oh, Billy Shat. It's like, no, we've been stealing the water. At some point, the check was going to hit the table, right? It's time to pay up. Who knows what's going to happen? Do you realize I just fucking put in one of the great bathrooms of all time in Los Angeles, and it might not have a drop coming out of the spigot? Whose fault is that? I knew it was a desert. You got to know when to hold them. Know when not to build a bathroom, especially when you live in a desert that steals some water. Don't act like a victim, even though you're a captain of a spaceship. That was a long fucking time ago, and that spaceship wasn't real. Sorry. Anyways, so we go to the Derby. The Derby ends. Now we're driving back. Everybody's starting to nod off or whatever. And we fucking get back here to Columbia, Indiana. And we're all excited because we're going to go watch the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. We're going to watch Game 7 and then we're going to watch Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. Oh, by the way, I was wrong about my Red Wings pick. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning for closing out that series. And then I also said that the Spurs were going to beat the Clippers. I said the Spurs, once the Clippers lost Game 2, I was like, that fucking series is over. It's the Clippers. They don't have it in them. The Spurs know how to win. It's the first round. They're going to fucking get past them. Shows you what the fuck I know. Once again, shows you what the fuck I know. Which also begs the question, why the fuck are you still listening to this? We end up going into the Buffalo Wild Wings up the street. Oh, yeah. The Buffalo Wild Wings. And turns out they don't have the fight. We're like, what do you mean you don't have the fight? It's the biggest fucking fight of the last 10 goddamn years in boxing. How do you not have the fight? Mr. Wild Wings, can I call you Buffalo? Hey, Buffy, why don't you have the fucking fight, right? Well, we walk in there, and within 2 seconds, we realize why they don't have the fight. Because it's an absolute shit show. We walked into that fucking place, the Buffalo Wild Wings, and they had Game 7 up on the big screen. They had 2 big screens. So up on the big screen, they have Game 7 of the Spurs and the Clippers, and next to it, they have another big screen. And on that, they have some replay of a golf tournament. And for whatever fucking reason, when we walked in, the volume was up on the golf tournament to like Spinal Tap 11. I've never heard golf commentary that loud in my life. And meanwhile, the Spurs, it was already the third quarter. It was just the start, coming out of the half. It was like 54-52, something crazy like that. So I guess it was, quarter in, mid third quarter, right? And we're sitting there. Lawhead's immediately beside himself. Lawhead used to manage a fucking restaurant. So we always walk in and we get him going. We go, Jay, could you manage this place? Verzi always does this. Hey, Jay, could you manage this place? And he goes, oh, you kidding me? Okay, right now, I'll tell you right now, she'd be fired. And he just starts firing half the staff. It's just this fucking running joke. And we asked him about this place. He said, well, how would you manage this place? He said, I'd board it up and shut it down. Called the fucking regional manager and say, we got to start over again. So we say to the waitress, can we put the Game 7 basketball fan on, or are you guys really into golf here? And she kind of laughed, saying, yeah, I don't know why the volume's up on that either. So they switch it over to the game. And we were watching the game, still beside ourselves, that a Buffalo Wild Wings, for as much as you watch their commercials, like this is the place to go to watch the game. Everybody with their tall, fucking, slender, hoary-looking glasses, drinking the Blue Moon with the orange in it, right? Having the best fucking time ever watching the game. Telling little petty lies to their friends and their wives and all this shit because it's so great. Isn't that also the one where you get to hit pause so you can just make this amazing experience continue even longer? I'll tell you right now, man, our experience at the Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's could talk shit to Buffalo Wild Wings. And when you go to an Applebee's to watch a game, you're watching that on a square kitchen TV, all right? That's stuck up next to some fake brick, as they bring you over one of those hot skillets of some shit that they think is fancy. All right? Those poor people. Nobody at Applebee's has progressed beyond the 7th grade, and that's a fact. That's actually one of the requirements to manage an Applebee's. Okay? Your grades have to take a major dip in the 7th grade. Lost all hope by the 10th grade. All right? Anyways, let's plow ahead here. So I'm sitting there going like, wow, it's really fucked up that the Wild Wings of Buffalo, why is domestic chicken wild? So anyways, I actually went to look up, I don't know, I was just reading on the Pacquiao fight. Oh, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? So the fucking Clippers ended up beating the Spurs in one of the great games I've seen in basketball in a while, and great series. God knows the only reason why I watched it, because I was hanging out with Verzi and Lawhead. I've missed all the hockey, as you can tell. I know Tampa Bay's up 1-0 on the Habs. I know the Rangers are up 2-0 on the Capitals. I think the Ducks won their first game, and I don't know what's going on with Chicago. Bill, you could have looked it up for the podcast. Hey, you know what you could do? You could go fuck yourself. You could do it too. Maybe if I fuck this up, it makes you feel good because you get to correct me on Twitter. Anyway, so I ended up, we came back, I crashed, and Verzi texts me like 2 hours later and says, I guess the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was a shit show, it was boring as shit, and blah, blah, what people were basically saying. And so I was kind of looking it up today to see what the deal was. And, basically boxing purists, or at this point people who actually watch boxing, were saying that it was a great fight and that Mayweather once again put on an absolute clinic. And if you actually knew your ass from a fucking hole in the ground when it came to boxing, you would have actually been able to see that, and you wouldn't have been piss-moaning and complaining that it was boring. Which I understand, because I know when I watch UFC, which I don't know a lot about, but I watch it on TV, and Rogan's always describing, oh, the guy's going for a Kimura, he's going for this, he's going for that. The crowd, after a while, starts to boo when they're laying on the ground because they think it's boring. But, in defense of those fans, when you're sitting 200 rows up, you can't see what he's going for, all right? Looks like two people cuddling. But they can't quite get comfortable. They're a new couple, you know what I mean? They're trying to see how the two bodies fit together. So, anyways, so I just started reading about the fight to see what happens. I actually had my wife pay for the fight. I'm going to watch it tonight. Because at the very least, when I watch it, it makes me want to get in shape. Which is a great thing to do, by the way. If you hate skipping rope, tape a fucking championship fight that goes the distance. There you go. All right? Then all you do is you press play, and when they fight, you skip rope. When they sit down, you sit down. And then you keep going. You try to see how many rounds you can go. All right? And as they get tired, you get tired, and you feel like you're actually a fighter. And then at the end of it, you realize you're just some jerk off in his underwear skipping rope, right? And it hurts when it hits your toes. All right. So here's how I've actually looked up some shit. Here's how the pay-per-view worked out. And I own another apology to the Wild Wings of Buffalo. God knows if you ever go out to Buffalo, you got to watch out for the not the domesticated chicken. It's the wild chicken. All right? Those fuckers will take you out, man. They'll jump right on the hood of your car and they'll peck through your windshield, and there's nothing you can do. One of them goes for the electrical, so you can't start your car. Right? And it's over. It's like one of those Alfred Hitchcock movies. The chickens. Here's how the pay-per-view worked for bars or anybody basically showing it at a commercial level that was going to charge for the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. Venues had to pay 25 times their fire code. Fire code being the maximum amount of people that can be in the establishment. So it's not a fire hazard. So you had to pay 25 times basically being sold out. So basically out of the gate, if the bar charged $25 a head, they needed to sell out the bar just to break even on what they paid for the fight. This is why boxing is so fucking dumb. Okay, you got a sport that is starting to lose to the UFC, or not starting to, it has been. And this is what the fuck they do when they got this great fight to maybe bring the casual fan back, This is what they do. So if you had a bar that was, I've actually worked out the numbers, 250 capacity, right? That's the fire code. That would cost you $6,250 to get the fight. Then if you charge $30 a head, you try to make 5 a head. If you sold out, you'd make $1,250. You got to spend $6,250 to make $1,250, and that's if you fucking sold out. All right? And there's nothing stopping the guy across the street from also having the fight. Or from people at home going, hey, why don't we have fucking, 5 people watch it? It'll cost us $20 a head. So you're competing with all of that. There's nothing exclusive about this. This isn't like, hey, whatever, Justin Bieber, fuck you, he sells tickets, is performing at my venue and my venue alone tonight. No, he's across the street, he's fucking everywhere, right? So boxing basically said to these bars that we're taking all the money, from your customers to watch the fight, okay? And then you take the booze and the food. It was essentially like a door deal that was based on the bar taking responsibility to sell out their own venue. How dumb is that? Like, not to mention, these two guys should have fought 5 to 7 years ago when they were in their prime. I'm not saying they're not great fighters, not the great fighters of all fucking time. I'm just saying they should have fought like in the 2000s. It's 2015. They're finally fucking fighting. I just think, I don't know, boxing is just a really poorly run fucking sport, and the fact that fighters can dodge one another for so long, I think that's why you don't have those great fighting divisions anymore. Like when I was growing up, okay, 70s and 80s, when I was a kid and then into my teenage years, boxing was unbelievable, all right? And what happened with each decade was they would just, the planets aligned, and there'd be this ridiculous level of talent in one division, and then that was the division you wanted to watch. And then in the 70s, it was the heavyweight division, and then in the 80s, it was the middleweight division. And meanwhile, there was all these other divisions that had like Alexis Arguello and Boom Boom Mancini and all these superstars. But I think a guy like, like nowadays, then it became but back then it was just, what was it, the WBA? The WBF was all it was. Then it was the WBF, then the WBA, and the IBF. And that would be like the NFL split into fucking 3 football leagues. And each one of them had a Super Bowl champion. It fucked the whole thing up. And then all of a sudden the UFC comes along. You got everybody under the one umbrella. And even some of the other groups. Like, the UFC is doing exactly what the NFL and the NBA did. Like when the ABA or the AFL came out, the NFL just absorbed that league. The NBA absorbed the ABA. The league was, that upstart league was then over, and then they had just had a monopoly. So then the best football team or the best basketball team has to play the second best one, and then that's the champion. Fucking boxing hasn't been like that forever. So I think that's why I think Mayweather suffers because of that. Even though he probably wouldn't be undefeated. Because who's kidding who? If Mayweather fought back in that division when Hagler, Hearns, Ray Leonard, Durand, if all of those guys had losses because they all had to fucking fight each other. And nowadays it's like, fucking, you watch Mayweather and Pacquiao for fucking 7 years before they finally fucking fight. I know a lot of you guys will say, Bill, you don't know shit about fighting. I admit that. Okay? But if you want to survive as a fucking league or as a division or whatever the fuck your sport is, you got to get the asshole like me to buy the fight. The casual fan who says dumb shit and the person who actually watches it sits there and rolls their eye. I know the feeling. I go to Super Bowl parties, right? I just don't understand why the fuck they're doing that, because boxing is such an unbelievable sport. The only thing that does bug me about it is I am a hockey fan, and I hate when they talk about the fighting, how they got to get the fighting out of hockey. It's really, but you got to get the fighting out of hockey, but you don't have to get the fighting out of boxing. You know what I mean? That's all they do is punch each other in the fucking head to the point that they end up with Parkinson's disease. Fucking hockey, they occasionally fight. It's a little spice. It's a little fucking flavor to the game. All these fucking people who can't handle it, well, don't fucking watch it. Ah, Jesus, Bill. You just did this sporting version of, if you don't like it, why don't you get the fuck out of the country? Taking your picture, you fucking dick. Taking your picture, fucking dick. The more I exaggerate it, the more it just keeps giving. Oh, it's the joke that just keeps giving. All right, let's do some questions here. But having said all that, who the fuck wouldn't want to be in the shape of Mayweather or fucking Pacquiao? Good Lord. The fucking dedication alone that just that takes. Forget about the fact that you have to push down the sickening, nauseating feeling that there is a world-class athlete training somewhere in the universe to just beat the living shit out of you. I mean, that's just fucking unreal, you know? I mean, if you're going to get into a fight, don't you want it just to happen? Like, you know, you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you're fucking yelling at somebody at the Kentucky Derby, then it just fucking happens. But if you have to sit there and think about it, and train for it and know that somebody else is going to do it. That's just a level of balls that I obviously, the old freckled wonder here, I can't relate to that. All right, so here we are. This is the Monday Morning Podcast, everybody. And I do this once a week. And once a week, I got the Just Checking In on You podcast on Thursday. The Tuesday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday Morning Podcast. That's the one I just that's a newer one. I just do like 30 minutes and then I play some classic hits from years gone by, in another world where podcasting was young, it was innocent, and it was unified, unlike boxing. If you'd like me to talk about something or whatever, if you want to suggest some topics, the way to do it for the Thursday one is you tweet at bill@themmmpodcast.com with the hashtag TAMMP, all capitals. Tango, Alpha, Mike, Papa. Sorry. And for the Monday Morning Podcast, if you'd like me to read your emails, your questions, or whatever, just send it to, I'm such a dope. Bill@themmmpodcast.com is the email for Mondays. I've never gotten this fucking right. All right, fuck everything that I just said. Fuck it, bitch. All right. For the Thursday afternoon Monday Morning Podcast, just before Friday. All right. Hashtag TAMMP, and the Twitter account is @the_MM_podcast. All right? Good Lord. Now, if you want to email me for the Monday Morning Podcast, it's bill@themmmpodcast.com. Jesus Christ, Bill. That was all written right in front of me, and I still fucked it up. For the Thursday one, you can tweet articles, videos, questions, I guess, you know what? You don't need to tweet @the_MM podcast. You can just hashtag, Jesus, here's the third version. You can just hashtag TAMMP. Oh, fuck. That, Jesus Christ. That was just, if anybody has a business school and you want to teach about what not to do in advertising, why don't you just play that clip? All right, under the slide, caption, shit show. All right.
All right, Pro Flowers, everybody. Mother's Day is only X days away. I guess I was supposed to do the math. Who in your life would win the World's Best Mom Award? It's a good problem to have when it's a tie, three-way tie. I don't get that. Which of these relate to your life personally? Your own mom, your wife, your mother-in-law, your grandmother, your sister, your co-host? Talk about why they are deserving. What do you do? What is wrong with you? You think I wouldn't do that on my own, Pro Flowers? My mother's the best. You think I can't give her Pro Flowers with the top-of-the-line vase? I need you to cue me with your copy? Appreciating all moms this Mother's Day doesn't have to be stressful. Relax, you got this. I know I got it, so stop telling me what to say, Pro Flowers. Pro Flowers is offering radio listeners 100 blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99. Or make her day extra special and upgrade to a premium vase and add chocolates for just $9.99 more. Go to proflowers.com today and use my code BURR, B-U-R-R. ProFlowers has all you need for Mother's Day. For all the moms in your life, all in one place, all at one time, ProFlowers are guaranteed to be fresh and beautiful for at least 7 days. Here is the only way to get 100 blooms with a free glass vase for just $19.99. Visit proflowers.com. Click the blue microphone in the top right-hand corner and type in burr, B-U-R-R. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone and type in burr. Order today. This offer expires Friday at midnight. All right, 2 more and I can pass out. Okay, DraftKings, everybody. Have you heard the news? DraftKings.com crowned its first ever fantasy golf millionaire right there. Could you be next? DraftKings is America's favorite one-week fantasy golf site where you can win huge prizes every week during every tournament. Just head to DraftKings.com before tee-off on Thursday. Pick 6 golfers, stay under the salary cap, and win cash. Whether you're an avid fan of the game or just ready to try a new fantasy sport, DraftKings lets you experience golf like never before by playing to win a life-changing payday. These are the biggest one-week fantasy golf contests anywhere, and it's only at DraftKings. And they got hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have discovered DraftKings.com. Now it's your turn. Remember to pick your players before tee-off on Thursday morning to seriously cash in on Sunday night. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use your promo code DEFENSE to play for free in the $100,000 fantasy golf contest this Thursday right there. First place takes home $10,000. Enter DEFENSE for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, once again, that is DraftKings.com. All right, LegalZoom, everybody, the last one. 5 things you can count on when using LegalZoom for your business. Ready? Number 1, reliability. More than 1 million people have already trusted LegalZoom to help start their business. If you're looking to incorporate, form an LLC or nonprofit, get a DBA, and more, LegalZoom can help you get started the correct way, the right way, the best way. Number 2, experience. They've been helping business owners with legal challenges for more than a decade. You can count on LegalZoom for all the details. Number 3, helpful goddamn support. They have the right people on hand to answer your questions, all based in the United States, so they speak English. Number 4, legal advice. Since they're not a law firm, LegalZoom built a network of independent attorneys available in most states. They can give advice on the best way to get started, plus provide contract review and other useful services to help your business move as smoothly as easy to spread butter. And finally, number 5, no surprises, everybody. LegalZoom provides complete transparency with the upfront pricing and customer reviews, and they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. What more do you need? Make the smart choice for your business at LegalZoom.com today. And don't forget to enter burr, B-U-R-R, at the checkout to save even more. LegalZoom.com, promo code burr, B-U-R-R. Thank you and God bless. And this has been the advertising for this week. Back to me, back in the future, where I was a little more sober.
Evansville. Here's something. Greetings, Bill. I just wanted to take a moment to thank Bill for an incredible show in Evansville, Indiana. Thank you very much. I'm actually upset. When we rode into town, I didn't get to go to the Cross-Eyed Grasshopper family restaurant. I mean, with a fucking name like that, how do I not go in there and eat amongst those water bugs? I'm kidding. I'm sure it's a nice, clean, friendly place. I said my face still hurts from laughing. Also, I was wondering were the names of the 2 opening acts. They were both great. Well, that would have been Paul Virzi, V-I-R-Z-I, and Jason Lawhead, spelt like law, break the law, and head, I'll kick you in the fucking head. Why can't it be something nice? Okay, I will fix the cowlick on top of your head gently as I stare at your eyes. Stare at your eyes? Look romantically. Oh, fuck, Bill. Forget it. All right, Thursday podcast. Hey, Bill, on the old clips, you talked about an urban legend. Oh, yeah, I was talking about all those urban legends about, you remember Pop Rocks? Dude, there was a kid, and he ate a whole he sucked down a whole package of Pop Rocks, and his fucking stomach exploded. And there was always the one about, dude, there was a kid who he put an M80, which is an eighth of a stick of dynamite, I believe. We always thought it was a quarter stick. I think it's an eighth. Stuck it in the back of some kid's pocket, lit it, and blew half the kid's ass off. So this guy says, well, in the mid-'80s, my stepbrother did just that. He had to get skin grafted from his thigh to his ass. It's no urban legend from New Jersey. Oh, maybe that's where it started. They always say there's a little bit of truth in all of that shit. Is that what they say? That is what they say. 2, Billy, holy shit, the Thursday podcast is the best thing you could have done. You are a genius. I'm not a genius. Andrew came up with it. The old clips are hilarious. I love dropping in on the middle of an old school podcast, catching you in a random mood. Yeah, that is the thing, because my vibe on this Thursday, then it connects with whatever the fuck I was talking about on some Monday in like 2009 or 10 or something. So I guess that would be a weird little mashup, as the kids say. This person said, I listen to a lot of podcasts over time. Some of them change. The hosts get egos, and the vibe is different. I love how you're 10 times bigger than you were when you... Oh, look at this whole fucking ball-rubbing thing here. Did I write this? I'm 10 times bigger than I was, everybody, when I started the podcast, but I still act the same. Old freckles is down there. Well, when you're a balding, redheaded male, you really don't have the opportunity to take your shirt off in VIP, do you? Huh? Spinning around your head. I swear to God, if I had pigment, I would be a much... Oh, my God, the ego I would fucking have. Are you kidding me? If I had pigment, a full head of hair, you guys wouldn't even know me. The day that they actually come up with a pill, because I would never do that fucking, taking hair from the back of your fucking head, putting on... I would never do that. I'm not fucking doing that. Numbing up my head. It's just like, all right, dude. Bill, why don't you just admit that it's over? All right? Fucking buzz it down. Grow some sort of facial hair, or just shave your face and let people look like just make them look at a rapidly approaching 50-year-old adult baby. How mad? Don't do this, by the way, because you'll get in trouble. But how fucking funny and how mad would the person get if you walked up to a fucking guy who had his head clean shaved and his face, he didn't have any facial hair, all right? And he's in his 40s or whatever. You just walked up to him. He's sitting in a bar, minding his own business. And you walked up and underneath his chin, you went, Gucci, Gucci, goo. Gucci, abu, abu. Like, how far could you get away before that person? I think I would, no, somebody touching you would make you mad. Other than that, I think I'd laugh. But don't do that, everybody. Okay? The world is a bad enough place. You really don't need, do you really need a bar fight? Think about that, people. At what point in your life do you sit there and be like, what would be a good asset to my life right now? Both spiritually, personally, and legally. A nice knockdown, drag-out bar fight. Although that would be funny, though, if that happened and then you guys actually decided to work it out on, like, Judge Judy. And she comes out there all fucking extra angry for the fucking, for the TV cameras. And you went out there and, the bald guy's got to go, it's minding my own business. And his mate come up and he put his finger. Charlie bit my finger and it hurt. He put it on my cheek and under my chin. And what did he say at that time? Oh, he said, a coochie, coochie coo. Right, and I didn't like it. I don't know why I had to be English. Oh, whatever the fuck I was just trying to do. Right, there's no robbery. I got to get back to fucking Peaky Blinders when I get back. I'm 2 episodes in, and I'm going to watch every fucking episode I can before I go to do all my shows in Boston there. All right. What else was there? Thanks for the laugh, man. My days go by much quicker. No worries, everybody. Look at that. The Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, the just checking in on your podcast to make it fucking quicker is really, look at, people are liking it. Check it out if you can. Oh, shit. All right. I got to read another advertising here before I get into the rest of these. Once again, this is Bill Burr in the future, desperately trying to read out loud. Oh, Jesus, we're back in the past there. Actually, when you're listening to all of this, it's all in the past, isn't it? I don't know. All right. Booing at the draft from a lady. Hey, Bill, my mother-in-law is a huge sports fan, and she insisted on watching the draft. I have never seen the draft before, and I was really shocked at the rude behavior of the spectators. Well, you've obviously never gone to a sporting event. Going to a sporting event is watching a bunch of people that probably can't catch a ball, or maybe they could, but now they're just old and out of shape, just trashing people that can do what they could never do. That's what it is. Anyways, is that how it normally goes down, or is it because it was held in Chicago? As a Wisconsinite, I would have thought I was a Wisconsinite, that lives in a tourist destination for those damn FIBs. Fucking idiot bastards. Oh, fucking Illinois bastards. Oh, I came close. As we call them in Door County. I instantly blame Chicago for all the ass hattery. Are my instincts correct, or is it always like that? Thanks and go fuck yourself. No, your instincts are not correct. And as far as how Wisconsinites view people from Chicago, that's just standard behavior. That's standard human behavior. You don't like your neighbor. You don't like your neighbor. This town is rivals with the town next to it. This state doesn't like the state next to it. This country doesn't like the country next to it. You just keep making it bigger and bigger. This continent doesn't like this continent. You can go right up. Just basically, familiarity breeds contempt. And it takes an unbelievable level of maturity for you to be sitting up there in cheese land to look down at Mustache City and see the good in it. Especially when they're coming up there to vacation in your area. You're not going to like it. When I lived in New York City, I fucking hated walking through Times Square. Bunch of fucking families with their kids going to the fucking M&M store. They actually made you wish that it was still peep shows, which was disgusting. It was fucking gross. Times Square back in the day was gross. And now they've gone the other way, which just, it's a lot of big people in jean shorts plodding through traffic, not knowing where they're going. And there's nothing like a giant group of people likes to do more than to just stop and stand in the middle of the sidewalk, looking around, waiting for someone to make a fucking decision. A bunch of followers. All right. Walking into the Hershey Kiss store. Buying some fucking New York t-shirt that has fucking, you buy the New York t-shirt with a picture of John Lennon on it wearing the New York t-shirt. You want to do that shit? Yeah, you fucking hate that stuff. So no, I don't think it has to do with that. I mean, obviously, Philly's known for booing. New York City's known for booing. Boston's known for, it's a shit show. And people also fly in for the draft, if you can believe that. They fly in for the draft. I will never understand that. I already did a bit about it on my last special, but I will never understand that. It's like going down to the DMV when you don't have to. Someone's going to take the test for you. All you got to do is just see how they did the next day. As you're eating a fucking English muffin. There's no fucking reason to go down there. I haven't even looked. I haven't even stopped to even look to see who my team took. And I don't give a shit. I mean, I care. I want them to do well, but I'll wait till the football season to see how they do. But I guess those are the people that get into it a lot more. The ones that want to. Those are the people that actually know the names of the GMs and the higher ups, and I just don't have fucking time to get into it to that level. You know what I mean? I have too many other things that waste my time. So no, I wouldn't blame it on Chicago. I like Chicago. I love Wisconsin. I think you guys are all great. Standing from the outside, I don't know what your fucking problem is. The same way I look at the Middle East. What is the fucking problem over there? Why don't you all guys, if everybody just became atheist in the Middle East, they'd find something else. I don't like his shoes. Let's blow him up. Game show. Bill, if you could be on any game show from any time period, what a great question. What would it be? Back in the day, I was a big game show fan. When I was growing up during the summer, we didn't have a pool, right? We lived on a busy street. We used to watch The Price is Right every day. Ba-da-ba-da, gotta get there, wah, wah, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Is that the one? Or the thinking music on the match games? Boom, boom, ba-da-boom, boom, ba-da, bam, wah, wah. The fucking wah-wah pedal was big in the 70s. All right. Let's see. I picture you on The Price is Right. Good call. God knows you're not cut out for Jeopardy. Fuck you. Or Wheel of Fortune. Kidding. You're a smart bastard. No, I'm not. No. Wheel of Fortune, dude, you can have everything but the vowels, and I still can't get it. I'm really bad at that. Like, you see, I'm not good at reading out loud. I'm not good at reading in general. Everything gets all jumbled up. You know, my eyes travel faster than my brain can process it. It's an absolute shit show. He goes, I see you teaching old ladies how to put and demonstrating, what? How to putt and demonstrating the wheel going around. Oh, yeah, I thought you meant as a contestant. You're talking about hosting. All right. Or demonstrating the wheel going around one full rotation, and not to mention the kisses on the cheek from all the fucking ladies. And instead of Barker's beauties, it'd be Burr's beauties. Your thoughts? All right, if I could host any show. I kind of like the Family Feud, but you got to talk to too many people. I'd rather just deal with the head of both families like a mob thing. Like, let's have a little fucking sit down. All right? You know, you seem like a reasonable person, but, you know, that shit show behind you, I really don't want to get involved in. So why don't you ask them what the fuck they think, and then you say it. How about that? All right? So I would not last long on that. Wheel of Fortune. I wouldn't mind hosting that one. The sound of the wheel is annoying to me. And I don't like when they fucking lose a turn. They go, beep. That would get to me after a while. Because I would think like that would be the soundtrack to my career at that point. Although Vanna White's still there, still looking hot. You know, she threw me a glance with those beautiful fucking eyes. That could be a fun one. Price is Right. I mean, that's the iconic one. I mean, that's the fucking Patriots. That's the Yankees, as much as I hate to say the Canadians at game shows. Right? It is. Fucking is. Actually, to be fair, it's the Green Bay Packers. Because they've won the most NFL titles and Super Bowls combined. I would have to say that. So, Price is Right. What I like about the Price is Right is you're not confined to just one game. You know what I mean? Like, Wheel of Fortune is the one game, the spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel. Fucking Family Feud, I asked you, name a sound of a fart, and you said, survey said. You know, whatever. I think you're just doing the same thing fucking over and over again, right? But the Price is Right. There's all those different games. All the different games, and then, you know, you got a halftime, like a sporting event. I think you nailed it, dude. Remember Card Sharks? All of it higher. All of it lower. It's fucking stupid. It's really hard. You know, if you can come up with a good game show. One of the most brilliant ones ever was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That was such a fucking simple idea. I can't believe I didn't fucking think to do that. Sure as hell wouldn't be hosting this podcast right now. I'd be drinking myself to death somewhere on a fucking, I don't know what, not an island. I'd be getting, I'd die of sunstroke. I don't know where the fuck I'd be, but I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hey, who doesn't? I mean, right there, the fucking show sells itself. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up with a game show for like the porno network called Who Wants a Blowjob? I do, right? There you go. There's your show. Then you just ask like fucking questions about, whatever, sex. Rim job. Is that your final answer? Final answer, rim job. Do. You are correct. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, woman takes man's leg. Okay. Hey, Bill, I am 19 years old. Oh, by the way, I'm really happy that a fucking woman finally wrote in here. Hey, Bill, I am 19 years old, just graduating high school, and going to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps. Just a little about me in parentheses. I have been listening to your podcast for about a year now, and I find you hilarious. Anyways, I came across this video, and apparently this lady steals this guy's leg when he goes to sleep and has been holding it for ransom because this guy cheated on her. I just wanted to get your take on this since you're the best on discussing the ladies. Thanks for all the laughs and go fuck yourself. So, wait a minute. This guy's got a fake leg? Obviously. No, Bill, he's got a real one, and she sawed it off and fucking, I don't know. What do? Then they stick your stump in a fire? That's how they used to do it in the cowboy movies, to cauterize, or whatever that fucking word is. Clarify your fucking arteries. I don't know. Stop the bleeding. Does that even work, or is that just some Hollywood shit? I have no fucking idea. I don't pretend to be a doctor, or even look like one. What do I think about that? Well, he fucked around. Hell hath no fury. Well, how long has she had the leg? You know what I would do? I'd just buy another one. I'd light up my card. I'd buy another one, and I would fucking, walk awkwardly over to her house, and I would just be like, really? What do I think about that? I think she should give it back. I understand why she fucking did it, but that's that bullshit that women can get away with, where they can get away with destruction of property and that type of shit. Like, they can throw all your shit out the fucking window, light it on fire, and do all this type of crap, and the cops show up just laughing. I've been there. I fucked around on my girl. I got a dick too, buddy. This is what happens every once in a while. They light their shit on fire. Oh, she's like a fucking alley cat and a fucking nigger. What do I think about it? I think it's fucking hilarious. He obviously, he fucked around. What are you gonna do? Why are you getting mad about that? I would think that if I had a fake leg and I was fucking around, that I would be wearing that thing to bed. You know what I mean? Or at least I'd have a backup leg. I think in general, wouldn't you have a backup leg? I mean, even people who can't see got a backup pair of glasses, right? Should have another leg. You know what? You have a fucking, you know how many cell phone chargers I have? I fucking lose those things all the time. And I know people with only one leg are thinking, dude, you have any idea how expensive they are? No, I got both my legs. But I can tell you this, I cut back on the drinking to have a spare. You know what I mean? I'd be still watching a square TV before I would buy a flat screen. Okay, I wouldn't buy a flat screen TV until I had an extra fucking leg. That's a fucking guarantee. Okay, you can take that to the goddamn bank. All right? But, let's get to the real story here. Let's talk about this fucking Mac Daddy. He only has one goddamn leg and he's still fucking slaying it. I bet that got her a fucking goat. The fact that, this guy's got one leg and she's sitting there patting herself on the back of what a good person she is, that she's, that she can see. I don't care about appendages. I care about what's in here. Not what's hanging off your pelvis. Except for that, your dick, But who knows? Maybe Bruce Jenner doesn't want his. And even if you lost your dick, maybe you could buy his. Sure, it's a little bit older than you are, but how many decathlons has your cock won? I'm not trying to belittle you. I am not. Don't put words in my mouth. She's, that's fucking hilarious. I can't come into work today. Why? Well, I fucked around on my girlfriend. She took my fake leg. All you're going to hear is the boss on the other side. Fuck you! What are you going to do, buddy? Hop down here and kick my ass? You're going to fall down? Anyways, all right. So I'm sure you're going to hear from the people with one fucking leg out there, Quit your bitching, okay? It can always be worse. All right? It can always be fucking worse. You know what I mean? For every person out there with one leg, all right, there's someone else in a loveless marriage, okay? And that's even worse. Every fucking day. Waking up next to that person, man or a woman, and not feeling a fucking thing. As they look into your eyes and they hand you that card on Valentine's Day, you might as well be talking to a chest of drawers. All right. Wow, that was dark. All right. Gathering and protesting versus rioting. Bill, I sympathize with the black community through all of this. Oh, God, this sounds like it's going to go off the rails. Hey, I have a black friend. But having said that, all right, it's ridiculous. Some cops, not all of them, can be total assholes with pent-up anger and absolutely no control over their violent actions, and it's no excuse. You shouldn't have to do that job unless you're a saint who also knows how to kick ass. It's fucking hilarious. You want a superhero at that point. Where do you stand on the protests/riots? Where's the line? Obviously, destroying someone's business is ridiculous and doesn't promote social change. But I also sometimes... He misses a word. But also sometimes I think he was supposed to say, you got to crack a few eggs. Please use the next 5 to 10 minutes to solve this social problem. Hilarious. I don't know. When I watch that, you're just watching the result of, what happened a long time ago. It's the fallout of all of that. The genius of saying that one race was better than another race, so you could fuck over both races, but you adjusted how you were doing it, and you get to keep all the money at the top, right? Like, you're basically sticking a dick in everybody's ass, but you go balls deep with one people, and another people you're only halfway in. And then then the genius of that is you got someone with half a dick in their ass actually feeling lucky because it's not balls deep, right? And just the fallout of that is what you're watching. Does that make any sense? Other than, I can't just totally blame super rich people on this, or the controlling people throughout the centuries, but I will say that, just generally speaking, even that horse shit with the lady in Wisconsin, just looking for the bad in Chicago people and blaming all of the bullshit behavior on draft day for the city of Chicago. I just think, unfortunately, the inherent nature of people is to be selfish cunts, to be fearful, to want more, to be worried about tomorrow, and to want to be, feel a little better than the other person. I mean, look at me at the Derby, right? Now, where I was seating, I was 2 steps above where those people were standing. And when I stood up, I could still see the fucking race. But I was like, I am a sitter. You are a stander. You are less than me. And next thing you know, I'm yelling at this person like I built the whole fucking area, right? I just think it's in our nature to not get along. I hate to say that because it's the easiest fucking thing to do because it doesn't take any effort. Getting annoyed by somebody is effortless. Actually having empathy and seeing where the fuck they're coming from, or maybe thinking about how you should say something and respecting somebody, it just takes a lot of fucking effort, you know? And, in the heat of the moment, that usually doesn't happen, and there you go. I overly simplified the whole fucking thing, but I think it's, I don't know. I've been through Baltimore. I've been through Detroit, parts of Cleveland, parts of Buffalo, all that Rust Belt and stuff. Parts of the South now, some of the places I went through. You can't believe how people are living in this country, and it's fucking wrong. It's wrong. And then we're over there allegedly trying to rescue people in other countries, which is the dumbest shit ever. It isn't. We're just taking their natural resources and we aren't. I don't want to get into all of that shit, but I just don't think that this country is sitting there looking at other countries going, God damn it. Fuck. They're just not free. We got to do something about this. It's bullshit. I don't buy into any of it. It's, and this is another thing too. I have no fucking idea how to turn that around. No fucking way how to turn it around on a societal level. I can tell, though, on an individual level, you can totally turn around your life without a fucking doubt. You just have to you just can't, you got to become unstoppable. And the more down the fucking shit slide you are, the more unstoppable you have to fucking be. And that's just the way it is. Life isn't fucking fair. And for as bad as you got it, somebody's got it fucking worse. I mean, there's a guy with one fucking leg who can't go to work because he stuck his dick into something else, which he's fucking wired to do, I mean, that woman taking that other guy's leg, she's basically saying God is wrong, But she won't get called on it, will she? Did any of that make any sense? I actually started daydreaming halfway through that. This is Bill Burr, and this has been the Monday Morning Podcast. I would like all of you to go fuck yourselves, and I'll talk to you next. I'll check in on you on Thursday, but I'm basically going to talk to you. I talk to you every Monday. Thursdays, I'm just checking in on you. Just poking my head in, seeing how the fuck you're doing. But this day here, this is the real shit, right? And if you like the real shit, and it is a pile of shit here, and if you would like to contribute to the Monday Morning Podcast effortlessly. Well, this actually takes a little bit of thought. Next time you go to Amazon to buy something, just click on, go to billburr.com, click on the podcast page, and then just click on the Amazon little fucking app there, whatever the fucking thing you call it, the banner ad. It'll take you right to Amazon, and then buy something if you want. And if you do, I get a little credit for driving some traffic that was already going to go there anyways. They kick me a little bit of fucking money. They're basically whoring off the love that they think you have for me in this podcast. That's what they're doing. They're trying to pile on that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. Thanks to everybody, sincerely, for the last 2 weeks. I am wiped out. I am tired, but it was one of the great experiences that I've had in my stand-up career to get to go to all these cities that I had never been to, other than New Orleans. I had never been to any of these other ones as far as I can remember. And it was awesome. The people were great. The crowds were awesome. And, people asked me about the Billy Bible Belt poster. Do I have any leftovers? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got a couple hundred left. And I just shipped them back to my house. They're all going to be autographed, okay? And they will be available for sale on my website as soon as I get home. Probably take me about a week to put them up there. They are high quality. I forget what size they are, but they are a nice size. Just look at some of the Twitter pictures of them. Those will be available, but when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not making any more. I didn't even get one. I didn't need one. I fucking did the shows. Oh! All right, go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you next week.